gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Turn up the bass. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @TooSweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the Valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Turn up the bass. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I'm your host, Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi. And he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He is my good friend, Jim Tucker, or as I like to call him, Tucky!
What's going on, Kyle? I'm back. He's back. We are back. We're not going back to St. Louis for that Royal Rumble. Fuck.
No. That one wasn't great. Of course, the one year we decided to make a trip to the Royal Rumble, arguably one of the worst of the decade. Tuck, would you agree?
Yeah, fuck. Our condo was outstanding. I got to sleep in a closet. Great panoramic views. I think
I had an air mattress, for the record.
Yeah. I mean, I would have gladly taken that, on your end, that choice, given that I had to sleep on a futon in a closet. People forget Vogus. That was kind of Michael Jordan flu game, Kurt Schilling, bloody sock, Jays. The trek home from the Rumble, not ideal. Many Rumble lemonades were had. Some regrettable purchases were made. Shout out Brock Lesnar. But I don't regret going.
No. It's all about the experience, baby. We love going to wrestling events live. The booking was suspect, to say the least. But obviously, you don't see Ian here. He's going to be off for a couple weeks due to some personal reasons. But thankfully, we still have Tuck, but we do not have the baby yet. We're on Augie watch right now. What, T-minus 48 hours or something like that? You're going to be a dad, brother.
Yeah, dude, kind of wild. So 26th is the due date, but nursery's all set. I bought a shed, built a shed, so the dad things are already happening. Haven't ordered the New Balances or the Mike Kubaki Air Monarchs yet to kind of round out the fit. My calf socks are black, so I got to change those to white. My jean shorts are dark wash, so I got to get a light wash pair. There's a lot of the weird printed polo shirts that are kind of hot. I got to get a couple of those, but
you're just embracing dad mode.
Yeah, just excited. Shout out to my wife, who has had an incredible pregnancy. We've been very fortunate, so I just continue to put it out in the universe that we've had a pretty blessed 9 months. So would also not be shocked if he's a little overdue. Could be a possibility, but we'll see. I think best case scenario, he pops up on Friday. We're in the hospital Saturday. Watch the Royal Rumble together. Augie's first Royal Rumble could be iconic. There's a lot of good energy behind. Jealous of one of our guests for being able to attend.
Yeah, Ryan Vogus will be attending the Royal Rumble in Tampa Bay. Very jealous. I debated a last-minute booking decision. I looked at the prices and everything, and I knew I had Vegas coming up in 2 months, and financially I just couldn't get it to work. But I know he's going to enjoy himself. But the chat is going absolutely crazy right now. Kine and Robbie going back and forth. Let's go to Brett, though. He said, if Punk doesn't win, he riots. So he's already in on the CM Punk train, and you'll see one of our special guests is as well. But Tuck, we also are running a sale on our merchandise this week /
yeah.
weekend on themarkwrestlingpodcast.com. Use promo code RUMBLE. You will save 10% off your order. You want to tell them a little bit about what they can find there at the shop?
Dude, okay, you're sitting at home, right? Think about it. It's probably there. We probably got it. T-shirt, we got it. Crop top, we got it. Coffee mug, we got it. Tapestry, we got it. Everything in our store, as Ian would say, is popping large. We have other sizes, but even if you buy a small, it's going to be popping large, baby. You know what I'm saying? Enter code RUMBLE, 10% off on the markwrestlingpodcast.com. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back here. I shouted out that Rumble discount code to my class today without actually knowing what the code was. I'm like, enter code RUMBLE for 10% off. It makes sense.
Yeah,
Royal
we're on
Rumble
the same
weekend,
wavelength there.
Royal Rumble discount. Rumble your ass over to onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com. Buy yourself a t-shirt, hoodie, etc. All the things. And like you said and have mentioned, we on the Mark Wrestling Podcast onesies might be popping up into the store. We got to figure that out. I do have some WWE merch for the babe. We got him an LA Knight onesie, Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid onesie, obviously, and then an NWO onesie to get him going. And then once he gets to adult medium, he's going to have about 97 options. So
that's fantastic. Probably at the teenage age, I would say, be repping the medium. I think he's going to be a fit kid because you're very fit and you like to run. So
motherfucker's going to be moving. I'll tell you that.
Let's get him in a wrestling ring, man.
I don't know. I will. I have made, and Mista and I have had this conversation. If he says, I think I want to be a pro wrestler, he will have a ring in the backyard in a matter of days. Yeah. So I'm not going to force it. I hope to not force anything on him. The way some parents do. Shout out to some freshman mom today. But
love that.
We'll see how it goes. But if he wants to be a pro wrestler, I'm 1,000% in on that. Might get us better seats at Mania or something, right?
Hey, I'll manage him too. I'll be the mouth of the Midwest, not the mouth of the South. That's already taken, but I can be the mouth of the Midwest. Dirk, I wanted to acknowledge your comment.
From Nevada, attaboy.
Yeah. Good evening, boys. I'm glad Ryan told me you guys are going to be on an hour earlier. Yeah, not only just an hour earlier, a day earlier. We had to move things around. But Tuck, why don't you introduce us to the first lady of OTM who is going to be joining the show?
Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about a cornerstone of the wrestling podcast world. You want to talk about a pillar of friendship, the model, the queen. Some have dubbed her Erica Macaroni, but we know her as Erica Marini at Erica_0328. Erica, what is up, dog?
What's up, dude? I'm like so excited to be here. I was like itching to get out. I'm like, all right, stop talking. Bring me on now. It's been a while and I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Everybody's acknowledging the background you got right now. Robbie's saying hello. Kyne's excited to have you back. We're excited to have you back. And we're also excited for the next special guest that we got. He is a proud member of the House of Gags. He's going by Tampa Vo this week. The man that will be attending the Royal Rumble. It is Ryan Vogus. Sir, welcome back to the show. Might want to unmute yourself, though.
I am trying. Here we are.
Hey, but shout out to professionalism.
Yeah,
you were on mute because you're a real one. Yeah,
I was.
Oh wait, could you guys hear me? Was I talking?
Oh yeah. No, you're good.
I was doing some work while I waited in the queue there for 20 minutes. But
I ran inside the cat and I was
appreciate you guys having me on. I know you repping the punk. Gags, I was gonna wear the new OTM merch that I bought. It hasn't shown up yet, but I did buy some merch. Pretty excited about the crew neck. I didn't tell you what I bought yet, but I got the crew neck.
Well, I got one of those too.
Yeah.
Big crew neck guy. I wear them in the gym all the time, so I'm excited for that. But
love it.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, we appreciate your support, man. When do you take off? Are you leaving tomorrow, or is that a Friday thing?
Friday morning. I'm leaving pretty early Friday morning, landing around noon. I think noon or 1, and the weekend started.
Nice.
When are you flying home?
Monday.
Okay, I was about to say a Sunday flight home that's a quick trip for the Vo.
I try to not to take too many days off work. Just a little in and out.
There
got
you
a lot
go.
of responsibility.
I'll be in LA. Yeah, I'll be in LA in a couple weeks too. So I got a lot going on.
Tampa Vo repping the best in the world. Robbie's loving that T-shirt. Mikey Wilson making a rare appearance, and he said that Tucky, you made him feel bad today, so he had to jump on and say hi. What did you say to him?
I have no idea what he's talking about. I asked him if he wanted to be in the Rumble lottery. He said yes. And then I said, okay, yeah, it'll be $40. Just Venmo that to me whenever convenient for you. And somehow I made him feel bad. So,
hey, well, we appreciate you stopping by, Mikey. Enough chit chat. Let's get to wrestling, guys. And a big thing happened in this past 24 hours. And when we woke up yesterday morning, we found out that the WWE and Netflix have agreed to a 10-year, $5 billion deal for just Monday Night Raw. I want to make that clear. For us here in the States, it's just for Mondays. So this is obviously huge, something that a lot of people weren't speculating, Tuck. We saw Disney be rumored. You saw Amazon getting their name thrown around. But Netflix acquiring the WWE feels like a mega deal for how many people actually own Netflix.
dude, Dr. Evil asked for $100 million. And that would have been 2% of what WWE has in the bag now. And when you put that whole package together, they're pulling in $800 million a year between their streaming platforms, NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. So like, we're going to enjoy the product, you know. And I again, I'm interested to see commercials, no commercials. I think.
Right.
Is it going to go to 2.5? But if you would have said 5 years ago, I would have called it crazy, and I called the Peacock move crazy as well. But it is smart. You have these streaming services trying to start monopolizing certain sectors, right? So if you subscribe to Peacock, you not only get their originals and the content they have, but you also get the WWE network. And it's kind of interesting that WWE is taking the strategy of putting itself in many different platforms: Peacock, Netflix, Fox, until and then you got the one question of what are they going to do from October to January, given that their deal with USA is up. I think the answer that hits you over the head would be USA takes an extension at a discount to hold over, or potentially having Peacock take it for a ride. That I don't know how I said that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the CW
Peacock
as
take
well.
it for a ride. Put that one on the shirt.
Pause.
Shit.
Robbie's clarifying that the people over in the UK are actually going to get Raw, SmackDown, and NXT with pay-per-views. So that is big for the people across the pond. Erica, I'll go to you first. Yeah, you got some thoughts on this?
I just have a hard time wrapping my mind around like things like this. I don't understand many.
You are a little older than the rest of us.
That means nothing. Would you say I'm older? That doesn't mean nothing.
Which means she's
Streaming services.
because
My
she's
brain is more developed.
older, meaning she's
That's right.
wiser.
That's what I
meaning
meant to say.
She has the courage to ask questions.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank
that
you for
means.
that. Thank
Go on. Sorry.
Jack
so is
Force
this
a big walk
not to sound totally simple, but like, so it's going to be live, right?
Yes.
To my knowledge, yeah.
And so is this the first, like, I mean, has Netflix done this before where it's aired programming live?
They have done live events.
Oh, they did do yes, and it crashed.
They did a
Oh,
golf
did it?
one. They did a golfing live event that
They did a Love is Blind reunion show, and it crashed. They couldn't get it like off the ground.
That was tragic. That was
Yeah,
I love that show, by the way. Love is
not
Blind is
happy.
I
phenomenal.
don't watch season 1, but yes,
Is there more than one season?
I think there's a 2 and possibly a 3, but season 1 is
Oh man.
elite.
So it's a good thing most of us probably already have Netflix too, because I mean it would just have to be an additional cost if we didn't. But Vogus, how do you feel about this move, man? I know I surprised you when you woke up and you heard the news.
Well, I was awake, but I just hadn't opened Twitter at all. But you definitely, there was a lot going on, man. I'm excited because I have Sling TV, and the only reason I have Sling is for USA Network. So I'm going to
sense.
cancel that shit the second I can.
and we'll sling up.
So we'll see ya. One thing I did see is that if you are a Netflix Plus or whatever their premium is that there's going to be no commercials for Raw. It's going to be
That's nice.
it's going to be kind of like they used to do, where you would just stay with the action in the ring. It's going to probably be a lot of headlocks and things, but you're not going to go to commercials. You're going to stick with the program the whole time. So I thought that was interesting.
That's cool.
Cool.
I think it would be beneficial now that they they're going to be on Netflix going in 2025 to potentially shorten their shows, because I feel like if you don't have commercials, that 2 hour seems to be the sweet spot, because you watch SmackDown every week and that feels like that show flies by because they just get so much jam-packed action into 1 2 hour program. I feel like Monday Night Raw moving to 2 hours would be beneficial going forward.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I'm excited about it. I think it's great. And then the fact that Netflix, 250 million subscribers, I think it is.
Yeah.
If you even have people casually scrolling, I mean, the numbers that they're going to have watching the product now versus the couple million they get now is going to be well worth the price. So.
And it's going to be so nice to not hear people being like, well, AEW pulled this and Raw drew these numbers. Doesn't matter anymore. It's not going to work like that, right? Because it's not on.
No, yeah, there's none of the ratings.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd be able to track all that.
They do popular ratings now are 24-hour and 7-day totals, and that's just going to be massive, because that number can include anybody that watches it a little after the next day, 4 days after. So interested to see how that'll go. And to piggyback off what Voga said, I think it's massive that it's just going to appear on everyone's feed in some capacity. And that's why it was a smart move for Peacock too, right? To have the WWE stuff be on the main page on the bigger events and things like that. Peacock's subscriber number is continuing to go up. And I think WWE, I just think it's a really smart strategy. It feels like they're intentional and deliberate. The wrestling's getting better, or has been much better for, a year plus now. And I didn't know what to think about Nick Khan, but I'm starting to be like a Nick Khan guy from the business standpoint, because some of this shit sounds weird at first, but like when it feels like when Nick Khan takes a shot, he doesn't miss.
Yeah,
now, will the pay-per-views and stuff still be on Peacock?
Yes, for us in the States, that's how it's going to be.
Okay, so it'll be Fox, Netflix.
A little confusing because you're going to be hopping, across channels and streaming services to watch different shows. But there's also the opportunity, like the guys are saying in the chat, that documentaries that Netflix can make will be massive. He said, don't see why an R-Truth one wouldn't be a great one. Yeah, though just him and the Judgment Day right now has been phenomenal. You can make one just on that. And apparently they're making a Vince McMahon documentary. I'm not sure if that's true. I thought that's
true. It is true.
It is true.
Yeah.
Didn't it get canned? Weren't they trying to do that like a year or two ago and it got booted from Netflix?
I think they chilled out during his whole controversy thing going on, but he has no creative rights over it or creative control from what I last heard.
Yep. Correct. I agree.
Like the Ringer guys, I think are like in charge of a lot of it. So
okay.
I think they're part of it. So that should be appointment viewing when that comes out.
For sure. Yeah. Mr. Cincinnati stopping by said Netflix is notoriously stingy with their viewership data. I could definitely see WWE following suit. And at the end of the day, it really is not going to matter how many people are watching when you have, that many people being able to see Monday Night Raw. Because like you said, Vogus, 150 million, 250 million?
250.
Insane. And I don't know if you guys saw this clip. I did see it yesterday. Eric said that Nick Khan was on Wheel of Fortune in 2000 as a contestant, and he was broke at the time and used the money to pay for the bar exam. And now look at him now.
Oh, shit.
It's pretty wild. And they just brought in The Rock, too. He's going to be a part of TKO. So business is literally booming in the WWE right now.
Or some would say it's
popping. Oh.
What did you say?
I would say he said business is booming, and then because he just mentioned Dwayne Johnson being on the board, I was going to say it's rocking, which I thought was a fucking tee shot, and he went with popping.
Popping
large. Yeah, thank you, Vogus. Ian has made that a thing now, so we're just running with. Shout out to Ian, who's
also shout out to Mr. Vogus. You said hi to me, but the boys were talking. I couldn't say hi back.
Well, he spelled your name wrong, so I didn't want to pull it up.
That's my guy.
Can I say something I'm dreading? Is trying to teach my dad how to navigate between Netflix and Peacock and all the other platforms. It's going to be an absolute nightmare, but we'll deal with that when it crosses.
Maybe we could do an instructions video on OTM's channel. Just help him out. That way he can navigate things. But guys, let's say we get into the Royal Rumble. We actually only have 4 matches on the card as of now. Obviously, Friday Night SmackDown, they could add a match or two, but I don't think they'll need to, just because you have the big fatal four-way for Roman's title and, of course, the two big Rumble matches. But let's start here with the United States Championship, and the champion being Logan Paul taking on the challenger, Kevin Owens. I'm very excited for this one, Tuck, because the build recently on SmackDown, especially last week, their back and forth that they had was very entertaining in my opinion. But this is actually Logan Paul's first title defense as champion. He won it 3 months ago, and I really thought we were going to get more of him, but he's kind of just been around. But overall, Tuck, how are you feeling about this one? Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be an incredible match. I think Logan Paul is going to shine and be a star. He's going to be the second most viral moment of the night. The first viral moment coming from the Men's Royal Rumble in some capacity. I love the Royal Rumble by the numbers parts that they do on Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, I hate those.
And dude, I'm a dork.
I'm out.
The Ricochet Logan Paul spot was the most viral moment in Royal Rumble history. I thought that was cool to note.
Yeah,
I think Logan Paul wins. I'm going to have him retain. I think we could see this one again at Mania. Elimination Chamber Mania, like a trio. I think it keeps Kevin Owens hot. Logan Paul can win by his goons or prime bottles or whatever. But I think he's still going to shine. And Kevin Owens is the other one, right? Like, I love the way the feud has been built.
Mr. Royal Rumble, some would say, Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah. And I wouldn't, I thought I was going to dislike Logan Paul as like a cheeky character guy more, but I think he plays the pissy punky guy pretty well. So I want to see him lose, but I think he'll win, and I think the match will be great. No further comment.
That's fair. Robbie's going on to say that he's been really disappointed with how little of Paul we've seen. Nonetheless, this will be a great match. Kine also thinks it's going to be a great match as well. He wants Kevin to win, but he sees Logan Paul winning. Erica, do you agree with the majority here and that Logan Paul is going to retain in this one?
Yeah, and was it not it's just a singles match? I thought that it was like a four-way.
No, I haven't seen any stipulation or multiple man match.
Yeah, especially the last sentence that Tuck said. That's exactly how I feel. I'd like to see Kevin Owens win. I think Logan Paul does retain. I think this does probably go to Mania. I also didn't want to the Paul boys because I just don't. But for what he's been doing, I guess I kind of like it, and giving Kevin Owens some time. So yeah, I guess I take Logan Paul to retain.
All right, Mr. Body Armor, what are we thinking here? I had to plug that, by the way, because he said the P word.
I appreciate you. I think it's also a retain for Logan Paul here. I think they've been kind of biding their time until the road to WrestleMania with him. I think that's when his star power is going to shine. I think my way too early Mania prediction is him versus LA Knight. I think they got to give LA Knight that spot. They've been teasing it for a long time, so I think this is just biding our time until that. I think Logan shows well, like Tuck said. I think it's going to be – he always gets a lot of heat, so that's something that we want out of one of those matches in between the Rumble, something to keep the crowd engaged in those gaps. So.
Yeah, I also think that we're going to get LA Knight versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I think that's where the money match is going to be for the title, and Kevin Owens is no slouch. You know, you're going to get a good match out of him here, too, and Logan Paul has been killing it every single singles match that he gets, so should be a good one, but we are all going with Logan Paul to retain. Mikey Wilson said, give me these two in a 2 out of 3 falls match stipulation at WrestleMania. That could be something.
And then what did he say?
And then he goes on to say, can't wait to hear Vo pick Natty and Jinder for the Rumbles.
You got one of those, right? You got my favorite and least favorite of all time.
Natty being your favorite, right?
Yeah, nailed it. All right, shout out to Natalya, though. She, isn't good, but still shows up.
And she elevates people.
She's definitely there. She's there.
She's
there, Jace.
She's going to be in the Hall of Fame, isn't she? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Kind
of
like
for longevity.
She's been here a long time.
Here you go. I was going to say it's kind of like The Miz, but The Miz is actually a Grand Slam champion, so I can't really compare the two right there. But
the Miz is the reason a lot of people have had really good matches and feuds, too.
This is true.
Quality.
But we're not here to trash Natty. Let's
we
pull up
could.
Kyne's comment. We could.
Weird.
It's not on the outline, but
It's not. Kyne said Logan definitely surprised a lot of people. Wasn't your average celeb coming into the WWE and being awful. He's been an outstanding performer and has natural talent. Gotta be U.S. champ at Mania for the eyes. Yes, Kyne, totally agree with you there on that one. So let's move on to the other title match that we know is going down. This for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is still the champion. He'll be taking on the megastar LA Knight, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. Erica, if you don't want to go first, I can go to Vogus here.
I think I don't have much to say.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I don't know who takes the pin. I don't think it's Randy Orton. I think Roman Reigns retains because I'd love to see Randy Orton be the one to take it off of Roman. I don't know.
He would have to be the one, right?
I don't, in this match especially, yes. I don't know what that does for Cody or what we're doing with Punk. So I just think, like, logically, Roman has to retain. Roman has to retain. And I don't really know what else to say.
I mean, he necessarily doesn't have to retain because you could do Roman and Rock without the title, but it seems like they've built so much time and, story into his reign that dropping it at the Royal Rumble would be an interesting decision, Vogus. What do you think for this one?
Yeah, he can't drop it, especially in a fatal 4-way. His 3-year reign has to end with a one-on-one.
pin clean, center of the ring, no doubt.
There can't be controversy. There can't be none of that. So Roman wins. I think I would like to see something with Randy and AJ come out of this. I think I would like to see those two feud for a while. I think that would definitely get my attention. I would like that. And LA Knight goes his separate way. I think he eats the pin again. I think LA Knight eats the pin here. Roman. It's always bet on Roman.
Yeah, just hopefully if Roman does end up retaining, they don't do the same exact finish that they do every single time Roman retains his title with outside interference from Solo or Jimmy Uso. I feel like with this being a fatal 4-way, this is a good way to just have a normal, clean defense for Roman Reigns. And I feel like LA Knight's probably the guy that's in there to eat the pinfall. Of course, AJ probably could as well, but to me, I think he's just going to get it on LA Knight. But if there were to be someone to defeat Roman, I think it has to be Randy Orton in this match. But it's just not happening, Tuck. I got to go with the Tribal Chief to retain.
Yeah, Roman Reigns retains. It's a sweep. I would be shocked if somebody else picked a different candidate on our predictions. But the thing that I had going on in my head with Elimination Chamber in the middle is that Knight or Styles gets pinned as a result of something Knight or Styles does that allows Roman to pin them. That would continue the feud for a match at Elimination Chamber where then you could pivot to Paul and LA Knight at WrestleMania, because I really love that too. So I'm trying to make both my story work with a story that I like better than mine. But when here's the thing. Roman has pinned two people at the same time. Does he stack LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton?
That's what I was going to say, too.
Just kind of dunk the boys over the top of them, smash them, stack them, pin them, set them up.
Yeah.
Set them up?
We love set them up here in the region, for sure. Kyne said, I think LA Knight eats the pin, moves on to a feud with Logan at some point. BFT to AJ Styles, and LA Knight takes the spear and loses. Yeah, I could definitely see something like that going down, Kyne. Robbie goes down to say this could genuinely be such a good match with no bumps or interference, but we know what the WWE is like. If the ref doesn't go down 1,000,000 times, it isn't a Roman Reigns match, and you are not wrong, Robbie, but hopefully...
Yeah, it's a fatal 5-way, isn't it?
WWE kills it with fatal 4-ways. I don't know the last time.
Yeah.
They always... That's like their thing. Fatal 4-ways in WWE are always must-see.
No, that wasn't a fatal 4-way. I was going to bring up Brock, Cena, and Rollins. Was it at a Rumble for the title?
Yeah, that was a Rumble. That was one of the match of the years. I think that might have been.
You ain't kidding. These multi-man matches, they do very well. And with these four, I don't think you really can go wrong.
And that's true and interesting, given that AEW does multi-man matches pretty well also, but theirs is a completely different style as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
WWE is like a car crash. It's just
and the AEW is more of a spot fest, which is in my head it is different than a car crash. Like they're not relying on over the top moves to sell hard hitting action. It's just you have to be I'm so impressed with the WWE style because you have to be on time. Like you have to know where you need to
Very
be.
choreographed.
Yeah.
But you can't tell it's choreographed as a casual viewer. You just know there's a lot that goes into it.
Elaborate.
Like
Oh yeah.
Exactly. All right, we got kind of loves what you were saying, by the way, Tucky. So what Tucky said is my dream for him stacking all 3 men and taking them. Hey, we all have weird dreams, don't we? I don't remember my dreams actually. I'm getting old. And I just
I'm weirder than others.
And here we are.
So let's get into one of the Rumble matches here. Let's go to the women's first, ladies first, we should say. First off, I want to ask you guys what?
Just right. Just
What's wrong with women's?
That was you
The
said
women's Royal
you
Rumble.
apologized for something that wasn't.
Sorry, ladies Royal
Apologetic.
Rumble. It's not like you said, all right, let's get these bitches Rumble going.
You were like,
I'm not following.
you said, okay, we're gonna go to the women's, or should I say, ladies? Like,
No, ladies first. Like the saying.
or should I? Should I say ladies
Oh, you're
first?
Yeah,
giving
I
me-
said ladies
oh,
first.
oh.
No, I'm not
Ladies
saying you
first.
either. I'm talking about the ladies
I
Rumble
get it,
first.
Okay.
You get what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
We get it
That's what
now.
I said.
We
Okay.
get it.
I want a surprise pick from everybody, a little return, if you will. A lot of names are being rumored. We talked about it last week. Trinity, known as Naomi, to the WWE Universe has been linked. Mercedes Moné still hasn't signed anywhere. Vogus, I'll let you go first here. Give me one shock return in the Women's Royal Rumble.
God, who was that one giant? Karma? No,
Where she it laughed when her
yeah,
entrance music
that
hit.
would pop me. Probably just me, but so this is gonna no. I'm gonna go with that because my other thought I want to say for the men's. I have an idea of the way the company currently is going, where I think there might be some surprises.
I'll take the easy answer. I think Naomi's a lock to return. She wouldn't have lost that title last weekend if she wasn't coming back. She said her goodbyes at the last TNA taping, so I think a Naomi return at the Women's Rumble is definitely going to happen. It'll be very welcome, Tuck. Do you got a name in mind?
I mean, is AJ Lee a surprise name?
Yeah.
With CM Punk coming back and returning, I don't know if that would be considered a surprise given the tie-in. So that's why I asked. I think I could see a Rumble return. You know, I don't think that's crazy.
That's a good
Bogus,
one.
I know you'd be a big fan of that.
Big AJ guy. That was
And I'd be interested because I've never been an AJ guy. I wasn't
right.
watching that time period, so.
For that time period, it literally was just AJ Lee, the Bellas, and then you had Paige in a late run. That was about it. That was the women's division.
and
Erica,
AJ
you got
was
anybody?
Her on the mic was just like she was levels and levels above everybody. It was awesome.
Top tier, for sure. Erica, you got a name in mind that you
I mean, you guys already all said mine. But
Karma.
do we get to, is this where we see Jade
Oh, 100%.
debut? Okay.
100%.
So then you guys all said mine because I was gonna say Naomi was like a given, and I thought AJ would be fun. But to touch on the Mercedes thing,
No comment on Karma.
I'm hoping for Awesome Kong.
Okay.
It's the
Gotcha.
same lady.
Yeah.
No, I'm not right.
The thing with Mercedes, I don't think she comes back because I think she's got to do a stint in AEW, finish up whatever it is that she's wanting to do, and give it some time. Otherwise, it's like she left WWE, and then she's going to come back after a year and then just be like, oh, yeah, that Mercedes Moné thing, just like forget that ever happened. I'm Sasha again. Like, so I just think I would love for her to be number 30, believe me, but I just, unfortunately, I don't think I think she's going to show up in AEW first and then get that out of her system, and then hopefully she comes back. But
If she were to return, I feel like she's got to be a favorite, right?
oh yeah,
I mean, Sasha's main event at WrestleMania already. I could easily see her taking on Rhea Ripley.
and immediately give her the belt.
And dude, even a match with Io Sky would be a killer. Like, that would be
Absolutely.
fantastic as well. So if she is there, that would be something. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen, but Never say never, I guess.
Yeah.
But the Jade Cargill thing of it all, I actually think she's probably one of the favorites going into this thing. I feel like, they featured her a lot on TV when she first got signed to the WWE. They made a big deal about it. And then unfortunately, just recently, her mother passed away, so they probably had to cool things off a little bit. And then this was perfect timing for her to make her debut and have a good showing in the Royal Rumble. So not only do I think she's showing up, I think she has a very good chance at winning this Royal Rumble. But if I go to my top three here, I'm thinking Becky, Bayley, and then Jade. Because Becky, we saw the seeds planted on Monday Night Raw with Rhea Ripley. I think that's inevitably going to happen. But the Bayley one makes the most sense for me, just storyline-wise. Now that Io's the champion, you have all of Damage Control behind her. They've kind of, shown signs that there could be a split coming within Damage Control, and I think Bayley's the oddball out. So if you throw her winning the Rumble into the mold, or into the fold, I should say, not the mold, I think it makes things a lot more interesting. So I'm going to go with Bayley here to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and I actually feel pretty confident about this one. Tuck, how you feel about this Rumble?
It's interesting because you have a lot of strong options that could result in a number of compelling matchups.
Yeah.
Becky's hot right now. I also think, are their balls big enough to have Nia Jax win the Royal Rumble? Because they're making her beat.
She's got top 5 odds right now.
Yeah.
Who's the 4?
I don't remember what 4 was, but top 3 was Bayley, Becky, Jade Cargill.
Bianca?
She was deeper. She was plus 1,000 on the list that I saw, which was very interesting to me. Because you can put Bianca in any match, too.
Well, they've got the Hulu show coming out in February, too. Where does that put her? There's got to be something to that, right? But I'm going to go Becky.
Okay, not a bad pick. That would be her second win,
confident.
right? Second Rumble win if she were to win? Okay.
Would it also be Bayley's second win?
No, Bayley's never won.
Oh, she's never won.
That's why I also think Sasha hasn't won yet either, but half of the horsewomen have. So add Bayley to the list. Maybe Sasha does it in a year after her stint in AEW, like you were saying there, Erica. Kind said, I think we could get 2 or 3 legends coming back. AJ Lee, Kelly Kelly, or Mickey James. Mickey James would be cool. I met Kelly Kelly, if you did not know. Big fan of her. I would be excited to see her. Kind's also saying we could get some NXT talent, which NXT is very deep. He listed Tiffany Stratton, Kalani Jordan, and Gigi. I know Gigi's been working a lot of main event tapings, so that would make a lot of sense as well because she's not doing much in NXT. But Erica, in the grand scheme of things, who are the top names you're looking at, and what's your pick?
I'm gonna say Bayley, fairly confident, and my surprise winner, I would say Jade. I think that'd be fun. I'm already excited for her. No one's gonna know what her music is, and it's kind of get a little bit hushed, and then we're gonna realize, and then all of the buildup of her, when we realize it's her, I think she's gonna get a big pop or at least a decent reaction, and I'm looking forward to that moment too for her debut. So Jade would be my number 2.
Who do you think she would choose, Io or Rhea? If Jade were to win, hypothetically.
If Jade were to win, because I feel like they're doing the Becky Rhea thing, I think I'd like to see her versus Rhea.
But there's a good styles clash between Io and Jade that could be fun.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'd probably go Io.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick. Kind's doing a little fantasy booking. He said, what if Sasha returns, eliminates Bayley to win it? Bayley convinces her to choose Io at Mania, giving her the split from Damage Control and reigniting her friendship with Sasha. I actually don't hate that. Vogus, what do you think about that?
I like it. Sasha's not returning, but it's cool.
Yeah, if she were to be returning, it would definitely be something.
I have zero faith in that happening, but I like it. It's good.
Yeah, a little bit of a fantasy book in there. But what are you thinking here for the Women's Royal Rumble, Vogus?
So, is Bayley the odds-on favorite?
She is.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. I think I'm leaning Becky with Tuck there. I think Becky gets over Nia finally by eliminating her. I think that would be a huge moment for her to kind of get over that hill. Eliminate Nia. I think those are the final 3 is Bayley, Becky, and Nia for me. And then I think Jade has that spot where she comes in, and I don't know what the record is for the women's eliminations, but they kind of do
Shayna
that.
Baszler has it, I think, with 11.
Really? So they do that a lot of times with their big powerhouses they want to get over. So I think Jade breaks the record. And whoever eliminates her, maybe Nia, maybe someone else starts a feud. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think they crushed it last year with the Women's Rumble. So I think, it should be exciting. Hope there's some
I
good
like that.
I know there's in a lot of the past women's Royal Rumbles that it was filled with a lot of, old wrestlers that are past their prime, but I feel like WWE's in a really good spot right now, especially in NXT with the depth in their women's division. There's a lot of stories being told specifically on Monday Night Raw within even just the tag division. I mean, you got names like Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Natty, Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane. There's so many names that could fill this Rumble that you don't need the Kelly Kellys. You don't need the Molly Hollies, which that's what I would like to see is more NXT talent. But to go to the odds, Nia Jax was actually number 4 with plus 800 odds, and Raquel Rodriguez is number 5 with plus 900. That's another interesting name right there. And I know Bogus loves when she flexes.
It's it's one of my favorite things in wrestling is
Back.
seeing her back do nothing when she flexes it. But
Nothing.
Kind clarifying the record is 8 for Shayna.
see, that's definitely doable.
Yes.
I changed it. My surprise entrance for the Women's Rumble is going to be Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, imagine that now.
Lean down when I came by.
She was sitting front row at Survivor Series with her daughters, so she was like 20 feet away from me. I think she might want to show them one time that she can do it still. That's my pick.
That's a
I rewatched the Punk Return yesterday, Vogus, and just every time it's so wild. Just on the WWE TikTok, you just see you in your light up Kane sweatshirt. Just
Kane
fucking
gang,
wild. You are a part of history, which I love. I guess I was too, but I wasn't as close to the camera as you were.
Moments guy.
That's right. Robbie said, could you imagine the fans if Nia Jax wins the Rumble? They would be absolutely raging. Storm the ring. Yeah, it would definitely be a sight to see.
I won't be storming the ring. I'm a little bit high, but I'll probably boo a little bit.
just throw a bottle.
No, just saying.
Yeah, throw your trash.
I'll storm if Natty wins. I'll leave the door.
He will be banned from Tropicana Field.
Yeah, I'll be sorry, Brian. I'm out of here.
That is where it's at, right? It's in Tropicana. How far away is that from where Brian lives?
45 minutes.
Where does he live? What town?
Tampa.
Oh,
Because Tropicana is technically St. Pete, right?
Yeah, it's in St. Petersburg. We got a hotel. We're staying out there.
Oh, nice.
It's also Tampa has a festival called Gasparilla going on this weekend.
Ooh.
Giant pirate festival. Which plays into like the Buccaneers and everything. It's a whole thing. So
And the Gasparilla half marathon is one of the fastest half marathons in the country.
fun
yeah.
fact.
Isn't that like a big like parade, or is that just?
Yeah, it's a parade and just like a citywide party.
Are you going to that?
I hope so.
Oh, I hope
Dude, you're fucking living because you're going to LA in 2 weeks, dude. What a
Yeah,
guy.
And I got promoted yesterday too, so that was
Wow.
pretty good.
Hey, we love a good promotion.
Clap it up.
I needed it for all these trips. I'm gonna tell you, your boy needed some cash. So
Living. I'm
I
awaiting promotion to
there you go. To Dad.
Daddy. Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to get to the Acknowledge Your Daddy T-shirt then for Roman Reigns.
Oh shit! All of those are in play. The one
The
with
Randy Orton one.
the belt on the bottom and it just says "Dad." I'm in. Yes.
I knew you'd commit to something like that. A few comments rolling in. Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast stopping by. He said, "Yo, how's everyone doing?" Dylan, we are doing fantastic. Appreciate you stopping by. And Robbie Collins even acknowledging Vogus's promotion. He said, "Congrats. Love to
My
see
favorite part about the Robbie Collins comments that you pull onto the screen is that it makes his YouTube icon bigger, and you can see the melon head he put onto the picture.
Nice.
It's just a little edit, but I love it.
Kyne's in on Pirate Festival, by the way. Hopefully you see
would
Steve
be.
the Pirate there.
I think
He'll
he's
be on the
he's a
Stairmaster.
couple years away from that, I think. But
Yes, he is.
Pirate Festival can't beat it.
I'm excited for you. I'm sure you'll
I'll
have a good time.
I'll send videos. Don't worry.
Please.
Good, because I won't be doing shit over here. But I'm debating on meeting Kurt Angle. I want to throw that out there. Kurt Angle.
If you don't do that,
Why?
dude,
Why would you not?
It's $50 for an autograph.
Or you would go to the bar and spend the same amount of money that night. So like, what's
I'm not going to the bar Saturday night. I got people coming over.
The drinks that you would spend money on won't hold the value the way a Kurt Angle autograph would.
Or photo.
And I get the freshly shaven head too, so we're both bald boys in the picture.
And you could
Oh,
both
see?
make that mean face. And he's like completely fucking confused.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good meme. Good shout there, Erica. You're hip with the times.
I am.
All right, guys, let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble. Same thing as the women's. I want to know a surprise return, debut, what have you. A lot of names being linked as well. We know that Kazuchika Okada is now technically a free agent. Never know if he could show up in the Rumble. MJF was taken off the roster page. Guarantee we will not be seeing MJF. And, of course, The Rock has dipped his toes on the TV a couple times in the past couple months. So he would be a surprise as well. But, Tuck, is there one that stands out above the rest that you would like to see return or debut here at the men's Royal Rumble?
Odds at Hulk Hogan's tease on Monday Night Raw.
They're probably high.
it's high, man?
Like,
I think he might be.
yeah. Well, they got the merch line going too. Maybe he just does the hosting. What's up? Welcome to Royal Rumble, brother. Come to Hogan's Hangout. Is that what it's called?
He did that at WrestleMania when we went to Tampa too. He did that. So
Oh,
Okay.
he
Maybe
was the
there's
host of
probably a
WrestleMania
spot.
Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I
him
forgot
and
he was.
no, maybe he didn't, but it was
it was
supposed to
him.
be
It was him and Titus O'Neil for me.
Alexa Bliss like coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. The Bliss one. Okay. So,
Okay.
Tuck, what's your pick?
Surprise wise, I don't have one. I'm going with Cody Rhodes. I want to see it again. I want to run it back. We'll see. It's the Cody and the Rock of it all. I'm going with Cody Rhodes. I think CM Punk goes for the heavyweight title. That's where I think he heads, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we do not know if Rollins, he did say that he plans on taking that title into WrestleMania, but you never know how the recovery is going to go. Going to Cody Rhodes, though, his odds are second right now to win the men's Royal Rumble.
Is The Rock first?
Obviously. No, CM Punk is the favorite.
Okay.
The Rock is number 4
that.
on the
I get
list.
the CM
He is
Punk
top
thing.
5. Yeah, the CM Punk thing makes a lot of sense. Let's go to a couple comments here, though, before we get into the rest of our picks. Kind said this match is going to be crazy. His returns, Ken Shamrock, the Boogeyman, and the likes of Brock, Sami Zayn, and Sheamus. Definitely Brock. I think that he's a shoo-in. He has to be there. Sami Zayn's been off TV for a little bit. That makes sense. And Sheamus also has been off. And
if Ken Shamrock shows up, I will fucking pop so hard.
Big Shamrock guy?
Oh my god, yeah. Dude, he's awesome. He just beat people's asses all the time.
Yep.
It was fantastic. I'm a big 90s guy, so he was incredible.
Yeah.
What did he say?
All right, Erica.
What did Dirk
Any
say?
surprises in your mind?
I mean, did they have to be surprises that I was like hoping for, or someone that I could see?
It could be somebody you just want, yeah.
Whatever you want, lady.
It's no one I want. But when I had to think about who could possibly be debuting or coming back, whatever, is Braun Strowman out of the question?
I feel like his injury was a very lengthy one. I think he might have.
Then I have no surprise.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, that could be it. That's an answer. I mean, he's been off TV for a while, but I thought he had a serious surgery and has a long recovery time ahead of him. But who knows? Maybe he recovers quick. Vogus, you got anyone in mind?
I have a couple stupid ones that I hope.
gotta have a few.
For whatever reason, I've been watching so many Big Papa Pump videos. That if he showed up,
Yes.
me and Bro Meyer would just be so happy. But so that was just that one. Goldberg would obviously pop me, so no one knows what he's doing. So if he came in, but my other one I was alluding to earlier, so the TKO merger, I think that they're going to lean into it at some point. And I think a Royal Rumble would be a cool way to debut a UFC person in the WWE. So I would personally like to see somebody like Connor or John Jones or somebody like that to debut in a Royal Rumble. And I think if they want to go big, I think that's the way to get some eyes on the product.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense with what's going on with them and TKO right now. That would definitely be something. And Connor's got the personality for it. So does John Jones. Those are two big names right there. Hell, even I know he's a little older now. Daniel Cormier. Would be
I was thinking
one.
Cormier too. So just like one of those guys. It's like a big UFC name people know. I think it'd be really cool.
Wait, Robbie said one that I was also thinking.
Hold on, he's got a lot of comments in here. Which one is it?
Andrade comes back.
Oh, how did we forget that one?
Yeah.
I think that one's going to happen. I like that pick. I was going to say I'm buying into the Okada hype. I think Okada ends up landing in WWE. I think he's noticing what's going on right now and how the company's booming. And he's in his prime years right now. He can get the best out of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of matchups I would love to see. Hell, even him versus Nakamura would be great because they were two big names over in New Japan. So that's my pick for a surprise. I do want to pull up a few of the comments here because we got a lot rolling in. Robbie said Men's Royal Rumble final, R-Truth, Tozawa, Punk, and Gunther. He has Gunther winning the Men's Royal Rumble. Surprise returns being Sheamus and Hulk Hogan. Hell yeah, brother. Hell no, brother. That's what I got to say to that. Kind doesn't think Cody's going to win. It's CM Punk versus Gunther for him. So a lot of Gunther being thrown around here late. Erica, what are you thinking? What's your pick for the Men's Royal Rumble?
I think Gunther's a good one. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I would be.
Isn't that what's great though?
Yes, but not when you have to like pick. Because I'm.
All right, Aaron. What the fuck? Aaron comes in here with this shit. I know Vogus pops. Ryback.
That would be so fucking.
Oh, Robbie asked, what about Matt Cardona? Yeah.
Oh.
Cardona has a match with Nemeth, though, in GCW in February, so I don't think Cardona would come unless it's a one-off. Maybe it could be. Sorry to cut you off, Erica.
Oh, that's okay. I need it all the time I could get.
What you thinking, girl?
I don't know. I'm going to say Gunther or Punk. I think I'm just going to go Punk.
Yeah, that's probably the safe bet. Two-Face Rollins, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. All right, Vogus, you're wearing CM Punk's t-shirt. I have to ask the question, though. Who is winning the Men's Royal Rumble? Or give me some of your favorites, or maybe even your Final Four.
Yeah, I think Final Four, for me, Cody, Punk. I like Gunther in the Final Four, although he made the long run last year, so maybe not. I think Randy enters the Rumble after he loses the match. Depending on the timing, I think Randy would be a good fit for a Final Four, and then some heel. I don't have a good fourth for a heel, so maybe
Drew McIntyre.
That'd be it's probably good. I mean, it's gonna be such a star-studded. Like there's so many people that are over. It's never been like this. Obviously, Punk and Cody are the favorites, but there's a lot of people that could win. Like
probably 5 or 6 names that could potentially win.
And there's so many people that were hot like 3 months ago that we don't talk about, like Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, all these guys that are they're still hot and they'll get huge pops and reactions and it'll be cool.
If Brett yelling at him, shut the fuck up here.
Yeah, if Ryback came back, I'd be so fucking happy. I'm going Punk though. I think it comes down to Punk and Cody. I don't know how that'll go over. I actually don't know if that's a good idea because you don't want booze. You want whoever eliminates Cody if he's not going to win to get that heat. So I'm going Punk though. I think it's time. It's the year.
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense
Shove it up Tony's ass. I think this Mania is going to be shoving it into AEW.
Yeah, I mean, look at that promo that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes just had on Monday Night Raw. It was outstanding. That could have happened in AEW, but they let that slip through their fingers. Aaron, you weren't here earlier, but Vogus did say Goldberg. So
I've always been an Aaron guy. People forget that.
Aaron's a Vogus guy. He's told me many a time. So glad you guys are bonding.
He's got great arms. People need to know that.
Big boy.
Yeah, confirm.
big boy. All right, so I guess I got to pick. So for the past 2 months, I was on Cody Rhodes just because my thought process was CM Punk's on Raw. You could still set up Seth Rollins versus Punk, just without winning the Royal Rumble. Punk can have that main event match regardless. I thought that Cody Rhodes winning the Rumble makes a lot of sense because he's not on SmackDown and Roman is, and he can finish his story. But with The Rock returning, man, I really believe that we are going to get The Rock versus Roman Reigns in the main event of night 2. Unfortunately, because I want Cody Rhodes to be in that spot and to finish his story at WrestleMania, I do not think that is going to happen anymore. And I think the writing is on the wall with what we saw this past Monday with that confrontation between Gunther and Seth Rollins. I didn't even think about Gunther. I mean, obviously he was a threat going into it, but I didn't even think about him winning until Monday. Just the verbiage, how they handled that segment. And with Rollins, we don't really know for sure, like I said earlier, if he is going to be at WrestleMania. So if Rollins can't even go at Mania, I think your match is Punk versus Cody. Just do that match without the title. Everybody's going to be invested in that, regardless if it has a title on the line or not. I think that would be a great one. So I'm going to surprisingly go with Gunther to win the men's Royal Rumble. I think you can't go wrong with him versus Rollins or him versus Drew McIntyre. I mean, there's a lot of options if he wins the Rumble, who could be the champion at that time. But we talked about it last year, I believe, that Gunther could have been a favorite going into this year's Rumble. Well, I think he's going to actually do it here now. I changed my mind last minute. I'm going with Gunther. I don't know why. I'm probably going to be wrong.
Because he's fucking awesome. He's awesome. That's why.
He is. I mean,
he's so believable.
My question was going to be to you guys, though, if he does win the Rumble, is the IC title just relinquished? Like, what do you do with that?
Champ.
Champ versus champ? Title versus title?
Let him do, yeah. I don't know. Let him pull double duty. Like, he's so good. I think I would love to see it. I know. I waved at her catch. She didn't.
Oh, I didn't see because I had to shut the door and he was on my lap, and so I just had to come up and shut it.
Kind says, I agree with Kyle. There's a few pages left of the story. It's not being finished this April in Philly. I think a good spot for that story to be finished could be SummerSlam. I know that's something we talked about last year as well. Maybe you could do Cody versus Roman at SummerSlam. That's when Cody wins. Or maybe they're saving it for a long reign. Aaron says, if Rollins can't go for WrestleMania, do they vacate the title and have the vacant title match? They could. I don't know if they would do it, but I mean, if they didn't relinquish the title on Monday, I feel like it's not going to happen.
Who, me?
Who, me, what?
This guy that says, why does this lady look like a failed realtor? Me?
Yeah, Paul. You talking about the only lady on the screen? Yeah. I wasn't going to pull up the comment, but you.
Oh, I don't care.
Robbie's got a question.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Do you think Gunther is the best foreign promo cutter in the world? He's very, very good on the mic, which you don't normally see within the WWE. Anybody got any thoughts?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head.
I always pop big for the Iron Sheik promos, but that's just
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Break your back, make you humble.
Kind says Seth will be going to Mania. They wouldn't have had him keep it otherwise. They'd have had Priest cash in and take it. See, that's the thing that I'm confused about. Because in kayfabe, why doesn't Damian Priest just cash in right there and then? You know, like why? Doesn't make much sense to me.
When?
On Monday, when Rollins went out there and he was injured, like why doesn't he just cash in right there and then? There's no better moment. In my opinion.
Live, laugh, love, Judgment Day.
That's all
right.
about.
Yeah.
Number one merch seller.
You're right.
I believe that.
Gotta love it. So yeah, that's the card, ladies and gentlemen, for Saturday's Royal Rumble. Vogus, once again, have a blast, dude. This is what, your second Royal Rumble, correct?
Yeah, second one. It's my favorite. I mean, I love WrestleMania. WrestleMania is incredible, but Royal Rumble is the most fun event. Just we do a little side pot thing. We do all of our stuff. So there's a lot of things that go into it. It's just such a fun. The surprises. You never know what's going to happen. They haven't announced 20 entrants for the first time like ever. So
yeah,
that's new.
I mean, we know a lot of them that are probably going to show up, but like to not know is so much more fun. So I'm very excited. It's going to be 80 degrees outside, so that's exciting.
Ooh.
I want to rub that in, but I'm going to.
Don't blame you.
And my seats are pretty dope. Not gonna lie. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
Send us a pic, tag us
Yeah.
on Twitter so I can retweet it and show the masses, all 581 of you people out there. Which, by the way, can we get some more followers on Twitter, guys? Just do it. We're already at 900 on TikTok. Somehow our TikTok already surpassed our Twitter, but Twitter's where you're going to get all the links to the episodes. But we have the same handle on all of our socials at Pot on the Mark. But Tucky, here we are, the end of the show. Unfortunately, we can't give the MVM to Vogus or Erica, even though they were MVMs in my eyes, spectacular guests. But it was a tough one. You know, we had Robbie in there, we had Kine, Mr. Cincinnati popped in, and we even had Aaron talking about Ryback, Tuck. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be an and still for me, dog.
Yeah.
MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Kine, appreciate you, buddy. Always stopping by here and interacting with us. It was a good time, guys. Vogus, once again, thank you for joining us. Erica, our former co-host, and look at that.
yeah.
By the way, where can I get that book? By the way, Jim Tucker.
Amazon.com, baby. Food Fights, Pizza Party, available now. Love it. Made
Hold
my
on.
day.
Oh, damn it.
There it is.
Well,
I don't want to show you up, but
Oh,
Oh, all right. 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1.
could have included one of these in that package I sent your way.
Oh.
autograph.
Tino said Kine's becoming the Roman of the OTM MVM. Some would say Ryan Vogus was the initial Roman MVM, I would like to add. Kine says, appreciate it, boys. Happy to retain.
Yeah.
Domination of 2024 won't stop. Nice to see Erica back. Hopefully see her again soon. I'm sure we will. Hey, he did like your takes. He did acknowledge your takes a couple times. Erica, you got any final remarks for us?
Oh, it's like the best time of the year. I love the Rumble. Everybody loves the Rumble. I love that we know nothing. I love that everything is so hot right now.
So hot right now.
I'm just so hot right now. Everything. I'm excited for the entire weekend. There's a GCW show Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pumped. So, as they say, what a time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
There's a wise man.
The wise man did say that once. Tuck, are we going to be doing our Rumble lottery reveal at any point? Or are you just going to do it on your own time? Like, will it be broadcasted is my question.
Oh, it probably won't be broadcast, but I'll probably like take pictures or something. I don't know.
I had somebody reach out. So we got 15 people involved in the Rumble lottery, $20 a Rumble. $300 goes to the winner of each Rumble. So a lot of money on the line. So thank you, everybody that is involved in that. Make sure you Venmo Jim Tucker, which I think you got basically majority of the payments so far too.
Yeah, we're in.
Surprisingly.
I don't have Venmo, so we'll figure.
You can
that out.
you can chase me. I've got Chase.
I owe you a lot. I owe you 3 people's money. That's a lot of money. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot your dad was the last minute entrant.
Yeah,
But
one
it should be fun.
bogus anteing up 120 here. Hey, fun fact for you. I was doing some number crunching while we were doing the pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 numbers of the 30 in the men's Royal Rumble that have never had an entrant win.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
I did
3.
not.
I'm gonna guess 3 is one of them.
3 has been a winner.
9.
9 and 12 have never won. So there's a bunch
22.
has won.
This is guy talking shit to me.
You just take it this
Oh,
way.
is there another guy that's
26.
talking shit?
Oh no, it's Paul Peters. It's the koala, Paul Peters. I
26.
get that on Halloween.
Can
Don't
you
Paul Peters.
block
I don't
him?
give out. I don't trick or treat.
I won't accept the Queen slander. So
Vogus is 2 for 2. 26 is the highest number that has never won.
Wow.
Didn't Shinsuke win at 17? Robbie's guessing 17.
17's won like 30 times. Or is that 20?
17 has a winner. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's 27. I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
I figured.
I'm gonna say
Because-
4.
Also correct.
Let's
What is
go.
happening?
Are you reading off a prompter? You're like LeBron James when he was naming tight ends.
Text some people. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's
I
killing
don't,
it.
These
I, don't,
answers.
I don't have a friend that knows that answer either. So
lucky.
I'm
girl.
going to end there. I don't trust my.
And on a high note,
Three
I like
is
it.
tough. Gags, you can go 0 for 3. Try again.
20. Just 20.
20 has never won. Congrats.
Wow.
1 for
Let's
3.
go! We're batting 333.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see the Hall of Fame. That'll do it.
That will do it. Tuck, we got a predictions link ready to go, right?
Yep.
bit.ly/OTM Rumble 24. You can fill out the form. I might add a few other pictures if I feel like it. Probably won't.
Who's this Paul Peters guy? He said Tucky looks like a bag of Cheetos is humping his face.
Paul looks like a dude that wants to find out.
Fuck around and find out, Paul.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
on Facebook, so I don't know how he found us. He's got to be friends with one of us. That would be my guess. Shout out to him, though. Go ahead and send us home, Tucky. We're going home anyways.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you visit onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com for all your merch needs. Discount code RUMBLE will save you 10%. And then also, don't forget, if you look behind Gag's right shoulder to his left at mainevent_net, that's the Main Event Wrestling Network, a conglomerate of creators, podcasts, writers, blogs, things of that nature. And visit Amazon.com and get yourself a copy of Food Fights Pizza Party. Heard the author is a great guy. He needs some diaper money now. So look it up. Yeah, exciting time. Will Augie, will he be the first entrant to the Men's Royal Rumble? Will he be the 31st entrant? Would it be wild if he arrives in the middle of the Royal Rumble?
And then boom, out he comes.
We're gonna have because I have made it abundantly clear to my wife that if she is actively in labor, I will not be watching the Royal Rumble.
Good man.
On the TV.
Maybe
on my phone.
Let the group chat know that you're not watching. That's all we need to know.
And I'm going to be like, it's happening. And then maybe there's a cue. Because if he's like entrant 24, I want to get like a plaque put up. Yeah. Like Royal Rumble entrant number 24.
If you say it's happening, it might be a surprise entrant. We might mess it up. Let us know.
Just say baby's here.
Yeah. Baby time fuckers, I'm out. It'll be a good time. Erica, thank you for joining us. Tampa Vo in the house. Thank you for joining us. Safe travels, my good man.
Yes. Have fun.
Thank you, Queen.
Gags, am I missing anything else? I think we're in great shape.
I think we're good to go home, Tucky. Hit him with the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling
Podcast.